Trevor Noah has this uncanny way of telling stories about his childhood in South Africa, living in a space that only saw black and white. But he was both. He weaves comedy into difficult conversations about race and discusses identity in a world that neither understands nor empathizes with the intersections he navigates. This audiobook made me laugh, reflect, cry. It was full of profound wisdom. I lived in Brazil for most of my life, and much of my art, like my latest collection Concrete Memory, is influenced by the country's beloved bossa nova music. This style began in the late 1950s in Rio de Janeiro, when the country was in an economic boom time. The entire album is amazing, but The Girl from Ipanema, Corcovado, and Dorales are some of my favorites because they have a very Brazilian perspective on the beauty of life and love. And really hard to stop listening. When I'm looking for motivation, I'll listen to an episode of this podcast, where Golan, an accomplished songwriter in his own right, interviews other successful songwriters and producers about their lives in the industry. It's extremely inspiring to hear about the obstacles these seemingly invincible songwriters, like Andrew Taggart from the Chainsmokers, encountered in their careers. This South African Netflix series depicts the life of a young woman grappling with her desire to become a professional dancer against her mother's wishes. I grew up in Zimbabwe, and it's beautiful to see African countries and cultures represented. Totally worth a watch, especially if you're a fan of Afro house music and dance.